another edition of the SourceFed podcast. Pretty much anything goes. We talk, you listen. That's all we have to do together. Hi, I'm Maud Garrett, meaning this is a Maudcast. Joining me on the table or sitting at the table, unless it gets interesting.
It's real freaky.
We got Matt Lieberman.
Hello, good to be back.
Mature.
Mature. Steve Zaragoza.
Oh,
Hi,
hey.
babies.
And Brilli Isri.
Oh, hello.
Hey, guys. How are we feeling after last night's streamings?
Oh, well,
tired.
you know what? I'm excited that we won yet again, 3 years in a row. This is really exciting because I feel like as a channel that works very hard, that has very many people behind the scenes working very hard, round the clock sometimes, late into the evening hours when the hosts are home doing their God knows whats. There's just a lot to appreciate for winning that award. I think it's great. I can't wait till we get in the office to set it right next to those two other Streamies we won.
Look, when you're born a winner, I think you only know how to win.
Well, I was
Yeah.
born a loser, so I
Hey, that's my friend you're talking about.
That's good. That was a good bit. It's a good bit.
How's Nicole Arbor doing this morning?
She's great. She's wrapped up in paper in a
well,
box in my car.
Okay, we need context.
Oh yeah. So I had a. Okay, so actually, here's where the story begins. So last year at the Streamies, I did this thing called the Self-Aroni, where I had pepperonis in a plate, and I walked around with them at the Streamies. And when we won a Streamy Award, I actually went up on stage with the plate of pepperonis and thanked the Hormel Meat Company for God knows what. And then, so everyone talked about the pepperoni thing.
Did you say nice to meet you?
I didn't.
What the
Not
hell
You're
is
dumb.
wrong with you?
Not
How
once.
dare you.
I thought that was because
How about did you say it's a real sausage fest in here?
Well, I mean, look, the puns were natural, okay? There was nothing forced.
Natural like the casings around a Hormel salami?
Ooh, that's nothing natural about that.
Oh, boy.
You guys are on fleek.
But I will say this. I ended up going to London because the Marriott sent me there to go to a sausage factory because
hate
I had the
you.
pepperoni because of the
I
pepperoni
hate you
thing.
so much.
Yes.
All right, so
So
how does
because
this
of
have to do-
that,
Okay.
I wanted to. Everyone was talking about, oh man, you did pepperonis at the Streamies last year. What are you gonna do at the Streamies this year? And I was freaking out because I was like, man, I'm gonna have to one up the pepperonis somehow. But I didn't want to I had all these different ideas. Like I was gonna have like a giant Subway sandwich, like one of those big like party
But then
ones.
The whole Jared thing.
Well, the Jared thing, I mean that, and then I was thinking of making a giant sandwich out of like a big giant French roll and just walking around with it like a baby almost.
Too much work.
Too much work. And then I thought I was really stuck on this idea for a little while. I wanted to bring 7 dogs on leashes to the Streamies, like all dressed up
You
in
were
little
gonna
outfits.
adopt 7
I was
dogs?
gonna go to a shelter
And then return
adopt
them
7
later.
dogs.
No.
No, I was gonna. This is how much I was planning to commit to the bit. I was going to keep the dogs and foster them until I could find homes for all of them. And in fact, I was thinking, all I wanted, if we had won, I would have gone on stage and said, if anybody would like to adopt a dog, I've got a few that maybe you could adopt. But
You know
anyway,
what, see, I like that because that's you spreading the word for a good cause.
yeah, and it was a funny joke, and I really thought very serious about it. But then I kept thinking like, well,
They're not going to let you in.
they're not gonna let me in, and then
People would stand on the dogs, surely.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
the only dog there. Did you see little Boo?
we did see little Boo.
So
if you
Boo
guys-
the dog, the little.
Is that Boo or is that
Or is
a
that
different one?
a boo look-alike? Is that
I don't
a boo
know.
in
That
There's
was a
so
person?
different
many.
one.
You know what?
His
There's
name is
so many.
Jeff, I
Is
think.
that a Boo
Jeff.
or a who?
I don't know. There's so
It's
many of
actually
those
it's
damn-
pronounced GIF.
Those poor little genetically altered dogs that are just meant to look cute and that's it. And they're
It
in
looks
pain
cute, but
forever.
behind the eyes, it's like
Soulless.
help me.
Just
Yeah.
soulless demon child. So I was really stuck on the dog thing, and a lot of friends actually talked me out of it. And then I thought, like, okay, I can't gather this together. So then I was thinking the pepperoni thing came from the Streamies party where they announced certain winners at the YouTube space last year. So I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm thinking too hard about my next thing. So maybe something will just come to me at the Streamies party before the Streamies at the YouTube
The thing on
space.
Monday.
The thing on Monday where Glozell hurt herself, and I'm
Yeah.
glad she's okay now.
Yeah, glad
Yeah.
she's okay.
She looks to be in high spirits, and she looked great last night. So, but anyway, so I was walking around the the YouTube space Streamies thing, trying to get an idea, and I was hanging out with Joe Beretta, and I was like, Joe, I'm racking my brain, man. I don't know what to do. And he was like, you know what you should do, man? You should get a big plastic bird and put it on your shoulder and just like walk around with a plastic bird. And I was like, oh my God,
But
that's
not be a
genius.
pirate, and that's the ironic
And not be a
part.
pirate,
Yeah.
and that was the ironic part. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. So Joe Retta kind of like planted the seed, and then I talked to Bree about it, who thought it was a bad idea. She was like, oh, big plastic bird sounds stupid. And I was like, no, I want a taxidermied, disgusting dead
And then I
bird.
was like,
And she was like,
genius.
genius. She was on board. So Bree actually helped me. We looked for taxidermy places where we could rent a dead bird. And
I went and picked up the goddamn bird.
And
Yeah,
not
well,
just
no, we
any
looked
bird,
online.
A dead pigeon.
it was a pigeon.
So that was the thing. There were several birds that were.
Available.
That
it
were
was between that and the seagull.
it was between that and a
See,
seagull.
a seagull would have made more sense. A
So-
seagull would have been like nice.
But seagulls are pretty gross too. Seagulls are considered like pests as well. There's too many of
Sure.
them.
Yeah.
But I wanted something.
You could have been like mine with anything.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And it would have been like that one would have made too much sense, and I didn't want to make sense.
It was way too hard to mount on your jacket.
Which the pigeon turned out to be hard to mount as
That's
well.
what I knew. I knew it was going to be too difficult.
I thought about an owl, like a taxidermied owl, but then I thought Harry Potter, and then I thought the seagull was too cleanly and
Streamy's
cute
crowd
looking.
loves Harry Potter.
I know, but I wanted to do something that was just like gross. So I was like, maybe I was thinking about a dead rat, maybe.
Oh, dear,
and
I'm
then
glad you didn't go
then
the rat.
we saw the pigeons on the website, and I was like, fuck, it's got to be a pigeon. It's disgusting. So Bree went and got it for me. Bless her soul.
Yeah,
Who
bless
named
me.
it Nicole Arbor?
Well, Bree on the way to
You're
the
like-
Streamies, I was like, what am I gonna name this thing? And we had a bunch of different ideas on what we were gonna name it, and then Bree was like, "You have to name it Nicole Arbor," and it was just genius.
Thank
so,
you.
I
Thank
knew
you so much.
nothing-
I will take credit for my job.
Great job, Bree.
Nothing about this bit, and then I got to the Streamies, and Will told me that you were coming with a parrot on your shoulder, and I was like a pickup artist or something, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this until you called
Did
it
you think it
Nicole
was-
Arbor.
Okay, yeah,
And then I was like, this is
yeah,
really
because you were
funny.
disgusted by it at first.
I was legitimately horrified
Well,
because at first I just thought it was fake, but then like the real feathers.
And to
It's-
be fair, it is literally a stuffed dead.
It was a
Can
taxidermy.
I show you some
pigeon,
pictures that I
yeah.
took from inside the shop?
This
Because
is gonna be real good on an audio podcast.
I know. I'm going to describe it in detail because, can I be
Describe
honest?
it in detail.
It was like walking into a store made up of my nightmares.
Well,
So-
there are some there is some more to say about it too, but look at this thing.
Okay, so I'm showing a picture of an English
No.
bulldog
It's a
that is
taxidermied English bulldog.
sleeping.
No.
Which some people are like that. I fear that some people get so overtly attached that they're like, when my dog passes away, I'm gonna
my
stuff my dog.
This does not look like a real dog.
And can I tell you something, Matt?
What?
Not to make you feel bad, but they had so many hamsters and guinea pigs.
Oh,
It
no.
was
I thought about a guinea pig on my
insane.
shoulder too. Actually,
Guinea pig would have been unexpected.
It would have
So-
been unexpected,
but-
but also
when I was looking at the Yelp reviews for this place,
Yeah.
it's a nightmare. Describe what you're looking at.
So I'm looking at like just a field of like forest creatures, like young deer, old deer.
polar
They're
bear.
called
moose,
there's a polar.
fauns.
And you know what he told me?
A
Because they rent
does,
these
a
out.
hyena.
They rent these out at the studios,
a hyena.
and most of them are actually made out of foam core or something. A lot
Yeah,
of those
foam core's
animals
my
are-
favorite rock, my favorite type of music, bro.
I'm more interested in
I
who
love
the
foam core.
owner or the guy running or the woman running the
a good
place
joke.
was. What were they
Thanks,
like?
Let me tell you
There's
exactly.
polar
okay.
bears in there. Holy shit.
Yeah.
If you want to know what walking in there was like, it was the people that work there are the type of people that wear T-shirts that say, "If you don't shut up, I'm gonna open a can of whoop ass."
Ah, yeah.
So,
it's that type
Larry
of
the
person.
cable guy works there.
Basically, yes.
So they have guns in the store.
I'm almost
Well,
positive.
I mean, you got to protect your animals, right?
I feel like
they
they
could
have,
run away.
Good.
They have so many guns and so many machetes.
this moose is getting turned.
Oh
My
yeah.
goodness.
When Bay says she's coming over, but you wait all night.
And Steve is gonna tweet out that picture of that moose, so you know what
Yeah,
we're talking
send that
about.
to me, please,
Okay.
Bree.
Yeah,
So, okay, I was looking on the Yelp reviews of this place, and there are insane reviews. There's like this woman that was like, "My little baby passed away. My puppy, my dog passed away, and they handled it so well. It was an emergency. I came late at night. and I
With my dead
received
dog.
I received my dog
Yeah.
3 days later, and it looks like he's sleeping, and it's so adorable. And I'm like, oh my god, this
That's
is
It's just a
warped.
rave review.
yeah, rave review for for their taxidermy services. And look, that's fine if you want to taxidermy your pet, or look, people grieve in different ways. In fact, I want to have my parents taxidermied when they pass away because I love them so much. I just think it would be really nice
That's
to have
really
them forever.
sweet.
Thank
That's
you,
what I was
Bree.
thinking. Is you legitimately should just write them a positive Yelp review
About a human that
yeah,
was
where you rave about it was late at night, it
My
was
mom-
raining, my mom and dad died under mysterious circumstances,
Circumstances.
and they were fantastic with it. Now it looks like they're sleeping.
They look at you can just keep them in a bed. Here's what you bring a girl over. Hey, let me give you a tour of the house. Here's my room. Hang on. Shh, quiet. My mom and dad are sleeping.
They're always sleeping.
Hang on, let me open the door. There they are. Oh, look at that. So darling.
Just beautiful.
Look at my dad.
This
Oh,
is
your
so
dad.
warped.
There's some hair in your face. Hang on. Yeah, let me move it. Sorry. Oh, mom, you look so wonderful.
How are they not waking up? We're making a lot of
Oh,
noise.
hang on. Let me get a duster really quick because mom's got a little dust on her
They're
face. Let me just
dusting their
wipe this off.
faces. How
And
are
then
they
the
not
little
waking
girl
up?
from
Shh,
Tideland jumps
everyone
out with
quiet.
her Barbie dolls.
Good
and sits on the
reference.
lap.
Good reference. So, okay, so
Yeah.
some more stuff about the pigeon. So
Oh, the head was nearly coming off. Let's talk
the
about
head,
that.
well, the head was already, the head looked weird when I got it. In fact, show them the picture of the pigeon really quick
All
This is a
because.
very visual audio podcast.
So look at that was the pigeon in the store. So the head was already gross. And by the way,
Can I tell you something real quick?
the
about
eyes
this?
are just like
Where's
a
the
deep
other
black
pigeon?
pit.
There.
there it is. Okay, so it was between that pigeon and this pigeon.
So
Hang on, Chris.
one
check
pigeon
this
is
out.
Squatting.
upright.
Can you zoom
with
in on
its
that or
head
not?
nearly going.
Okay, you can't zoom in on it. Forget it.
And the other one looks like it's perching.
So I thought perching would have been easier to fasten to my shoulder, and actually, in hindsight, it probably would have.
Oh,
But
dear.
look at how much grosser this disgusting pigeon looks. I mean, it's just
like,
disgusting.
It's like they taxidermied it mid-molt.
Yeah.
Like while
Yeah.
it was molting.
So
in fact, we
gross.
should bring it in. It's in my car. We should just bring it in for the podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, these
So-
audio podcasts.
About the pigeon really quick. One, and most people loved it. Most people were very complimentary. No one was really grossed out or scared except for you, Matt. You were pretty grossed out by it.
A lot of
but
people
I-
have pigeon phobias. They're flying
Pigeon
rats.
phobias?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
are.
yeah.
Well, but
They
it's dead.
carry disease.
It's dead though.
Disease.
I mean,
It carry disease.
Yeah.
So okay, just two quick things about it.
Mhm.
Paula Abdul was there at the Streamies, and she sat very close to us,
Yeah.
to Bree and I,
I
and
took so many pictures of her.
just
Like a creep.
terrifying voyeur pictures.
Yeah.
And
I'm in them.
they're pretty
Don't worry.
great. Are you gonna post those? Check Bree's Instagram
yeah.
because you'll see some amazing pictures of Paula Abdul. But so all night I was like, I have to fucking go and get a picture with Paula Abdul. She's right there. And in between all the commercial breaks, you had like a good 5 minutes
Yeah,
maybe
3
to
to
go.
5, yeah.
Yeah. So at one point, Will and I were like dancing together, and then Paula Abdul looked over at us and made eye contact and smiled and was like, "Yeah," to Will and I dancing. So I was like, "Okay,
I mean,
now's my in. I'm gonna go say hi to her." So here's what happened. I start going over there, and then Harley from Epic Mealtime starts going at the same time. Mind you, they were sitting at the same table the entire night.
oh.
And Harley and I hit each other like a fork in the road.
Well, he's what, 6 feet?
Well, he's a big boy.
6'6",
and
yeah.
and this is exactly what happened because we both knew what we were doing even without saying it. And I look up at him and he looks down at me, down to the ground because he's so tall. And he's like, "Don't you ruin this for me. Don't you ruin my Paula moment." I was like, "No, you don't ruin my Paula moment. I'm going to talk to Paula right now." And he's like, "No, I'm going to talk to Paula right now. You are ruining my..." And then he like inched his way over and went to Paula Abdul. And I was like, "Fuck you, Harley." And so he went and got his photo and was being very charming and making her laugh and shit. And Paula's friend...
Boo-hoo.
listen, fine, whatever. He got to see Paula Abdul before I did. Now, but here's the clincher. The person that was sitting next to Paula Abdul was standing up, and Harley's over here like doing his stupid Snapchat crap with Paula Abdul. And then the guy was like looking at the pigeon, and he's like, "Whoa." He's like, "That's pretty cool, man. Are you, like, do you feed it? Like, is it hungry? Have you fed it?" And I had a bunch of pretzels in my pocket for the bit to also pull out pretzel bits
You know
and
who
try
he
to
Can I tell you who he took he took the pretzels from? A baby.
from a baby.
Actually, from
Well,
a baby.
to be fair, it was a giant bag of pretzels, and yes, I grabbed a small handful out of the baby's bag of pretzels. But it was at our friend Brett and Jamie's place. It was their baby,
Listen,
Mason,
this
and we
is
love
gonna
Mason.
be
and
easier than stealing pretzels
from
a baby.
So anyway,
Actually.
I pulled out a pretzel and started to try to feed the bird, which I did randomly throughout the night. And that guy started laughing, and then Harley was like, "Oh man, what the hell are you doing? Don't scare Paula Abdul." And she looked over and was terrified at what I was doing. And he's like, "Get out of here, man. You're ruining this shit for me." And I was like, "It's over. It's over." Even if I could talk to Paula Abdul
You
after that,
scared
her?
I scared her because Harley had to go like, "Ugh, don't scare Paula Abdul with you feeding a fake bird a pretzel."
That's like legitimately, that's like the comment section in real life.
Yes,
Someone said, "Don't
exactly.
scare her." And she's like, "I'm scared."
Yes, exactly. She
Yeah.
instantly, like, I don't think it would have been scary if Harley hadn't said that.
Yeah.
And so
He sabotaged you.
So I turned around, felt mortified because I was like, "That's it, I'm done." And then Harley had his joyful, happy moment with Paula Abdul. And then I was like, "You know what?"
Harley.
I turned around and went back to my seat, and I was like, "You know what? There's still time. Harley's done. I'm gonna go talk to Paula Abdul. Forget this. I'm just doing it. Go over there. She's gone." She left, and she was not back the rest of the night. She probably went backstage to drink champagne and sing Opposites Attract with some people back there
Do
and
you know
improv.
I tried to play that at work? Did you know that? And I played it, and no one in
Of course.
No one knew
Of course
Opposites
no one knew
Attract?
Opposites
No, I
Attract.
remember I played it for you. And I was
I
like,
don't
when
remember that.
Yeah.
It's the 90s, man. It was the 90s. It was
when
a-
Paula Abdul did like a duet
With MC Scat Cat.
So this is what I thought. I thought it would have been
with
brilliant.
an animation.
I thought it would have been brilliant if Paula Abdul performed at the Streamies and had a hologram MC Cat up
MC
on
Scat Cat,
stage
that would have been
dancing.
amazing.
How fucking cool would that have been?
Yeah.
So anyway, I go over to Harley and I'm like, "Dude, you fucked it up for me." And he's laughing his ass off because he knew he did. And I was like, "You had to tell her it was creepy that I was feeding my bird." And he's like, "You were feeding a taxidermy bird a pretzel, man. Like, what am I supposed to do?" Anyway, we're cool and it was fine. So that's the one story. And then finally,
Oh, yeah.
the second bird story is after the Streamies, everyone was going to the full screen party.
Yes.
And we were like, "Fuck this, man. We're going to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles," which was very close to the Palladium.
And,
Very, very
and
close.
impeccable chicken and
Oh,
waffles.
impeccable.
I had to get me some waffles.
And
Now,
by the
that's
way,
not-
my pigeon was impeccable as well because it was dead. So here we go. So anyway, we walked.
like that.
We walked to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles with a dead bird, and I took it off of my shoulder. It was on my shoulder via a metal plate with
A
holes in it.
rod and,
And the pigeon's
With
poor
holes
dead
punched
feet
in
had like fucking metal wires sticking down the bottom of the feet, and you basically stuck them into the metal plate and twisted them that way, and then it just sat on my shoulder. It was amazing. Punctured the jacket, and everything was beautiful. So I took it off. I was holding the pigeon when we start to walk into Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get kicked out of here. I got a dead bird. I'm
I
going
was
into
like,
a
that is not the weirdest thing they've seen today.
yeah,
That's
but like,
not.
it's probably not because it's Hollywood, but
Yeah.
like still, I'm walking into a restaurant
With
with
a
a
dead
dead
bird.
bird. So it's kind of like there might be some sanitary
They
issues.
got plenty of dead birds in the back.
That's
though.
true, and their whole business
Exactly.
is based on dead
Oh my God.
birds.
Could you deep fry this for me, please?
I know, right? So anyway,
Brought my
we
own-
go.
the reaction
What
says
if there
it all.
was a restaurant that would do custom frying? For
There
you?
is.
Is
There
there?
is. We watched one. In fact, I think they're everywhere, but we watched a commercial.
Big ass.
Yeah, big ass
Yeah. It's
called Big
barbecue or
A-
something.
okay.
It might be
I
a
thought it
Big
was
sketch.
ass
called
barbecue
Big
and foot
Ass.
rub.
But he's like, "If you can fit it through the door, we'll fry it for you." Like,
What?
yeah, it's
I'm
amazing.
pretty sure it's not
It's
real.
a bit, I think, but
Yeah.
I know there are
Aw.
places where they'll fry shit for you if you bring them. I know it exists. So anyway, really quick, we sit down at the table, and I'm like, I put the dead bird down. I sit at the very far end of the table, and I put the dead bird down by the salt shakers and shit. And I'm like, "Oh man, this is gonna suck." Then the person that sat us came over and was like, "Whoa, man, what is that?" And I was like, "Well, it's a taxidermied bird. It's dead. It's a dead bird. It's been stuffed. It's sanitary. It's fine." He's like, "Whoa, man, that's cool. How much you want for it?" I was like, well, I rented it for $125 a week."
That's the funniest part about your whole story.
Right?
Like-
But that's not where it ends. He's like, "Oh, cool, man. Damn, that is cool." And he was like really infatuated with it. And he's like, "Do you want a bag to put that in so that like it's not so gross or something?" And I was like, "That would be glorious." So this woman comes over and brings me a bag. And I think surely this woman's going to be disgusted by a dead pigeon in a bag. And she's like, "Oh, cool. Is that a dead bird?" And I was like, "Why, yes, it is." And she's like, "Let me see it." She's like, "Can I touch it?" And she was like touching the feathers and the head and the beak and everything. And she was just
And
like,
then she brought everyone their chicken and waffles
with her hands. She slopped
She
the
served them on her hand.
the
I'm just
syrup
Oh my
cake,
God.
syrup caked waffles slapped down in their chicken. No.
So
But she loved it.
$125
A week.
to rent a dead bird for a week.
Yes,
week.
and can I tell you what the repercussions would be if anything had happened to this pigeon.
Murder and taxidermy.
$900.
What?
What do they do to? Do they? How do that?
Here's the process.
Do I want to know?
Yes, they get a dead animal.
They
They
skin
They
it.
skin it.
Skin it.
They take the skin off.
Uh-huh.
They remove all of the organs
And the
bones,
bones.
and they basically take the skin and form like a skeletal thing, and then they put the skin over that, and they sew it up, and they put glass eyes.
And people want to do that to their pets.
Yes.
I mean, what's the alternative? They're gonna rot in the ground and be eaten by bugs,
Or they get cremated.
Yeah.
or they're gonna
I-
be burned alive and,
I want to
and
get
become
cremated.
ash. I mean, all of it's
What?
disgusting.
Wait,
I
so-
want someone to throw my ashes, the wind
Into
fly
the
back,
sea?
and then everyone eats me. So
Oh,
it's like
there you
mild
go.
cannibalism. That
I
would
want to
kinda
be
cool.
cremated into like the seed that you plant and then a tree grows out.
Yeah,
of it.
that's
I would
beautiful.
like to be
Wow.
used to smoke some salt, so to infuse some salt, and then I want people to cook using
I want to
my
be a
essence
I want to be a dry rub.
Ew.
on some ribs.
I want to be a dry rub. on
Memphis
some-
An
ribs.
exfoliation balm.
Wait,
No,
but
I-
Steve, I have an idea for you
Okay.
for next year's Streamy Awards.
Okay, give it to me.
Next
I'm ready
year,
for
you
it.
should come as MC Scat Cat.
That's a great idea.
And
Then
Bree, you
Paula-
should go as
Paula
Paula
Abdul?
No,
That's
no.
a good idea.
Paula
I
would have
should.
to talk to
She'd
you.
Yeah,
have to
I'd be
talk
like,
to you.
Paula, talk to me,
Wait,
and then
wait.
Harley be like, don't talk to that Garfield-looking motherfucker over there. He's scary.
Wait,
Like,
no.
no, Harley, no.
Was there any way to know that Paula Abdul was coming before she did?
Yes, it was announced that
It was
she was
announced?
coming. Yeah.
Okay, so then next year, you need to
Find out she's coming.
no. Next year, you need to find out which celebrities from the 80s
Oh,
are
and then-
coming,
and then, yeah.
come in a costume that is specific to them.
And we were actually talking about that. This is the 4th Streamies?
Fifth.
Fifth
It was
annual.
fifth.
Okay,
Fifth
so
annual.
at least, so I've been to 3 now, and at least of the past 3, the last performance has been some like
90s
outdated
one-hit
90s
wonder.
one hit. No, well, not really
80s
one hit
or
wonder,
90s,
but some sort of like
because Starship isn't a one-hit
Yeah,
wonder.
Starship was
but
last
Sir
year.
Mix-a-Lot, that's arguably his one hit.
right.
And
so
Vanilla Ice.
and then Vanilla Ice was the year before that doing
Get
a
out.
ninja rap on stage.
What?
Which
Go
is great.
ninja, go ninja,
So
go.
we were playing a game in the car on the way back of like guessing who would be next year's final act. Because now we're sensing a theme.
Cisco, the
That's
thong
great.
song.
That's great.
Ooh.
It could be
Cisco's a good
Cisco.
one. What did we say? Seether?
Well, we said Seether, and then we also said.
Oh wait, who did what melody?
The Verve.
Oh,
Verve.
Bittersweet Symphony.
I
The
think
Verve,
there's
yeah.
two-
Symphony.
Oh. What about like who did Vitamin C?
Vitamin
Oh
C.
my
Oh,
Graduation
Vitamin
sucked?
C.
Totally.
Oh my God,
Vitamin
that's
C.
Oh, that's right
That
down
is
the
it.
middle for them.
I
Yeah.
should. You know how they
so.
played closing time to get everyone out? Why don't we just
Yes.
get the band
What was that
to
song
do-
called?
Semisonic?
Yeah, they should just
Semisonic.
get them
Okay.
in to do it.
My theory was Smash Mouth.
Ooh.
That's
else?
a good
There's-
one.
Oh wow, yeah.
Smash
Would
Mouth?
they do All Star or would
They'd
they
probably
do
do
what's the
All Star
other
or
one?
Walking
Or would
on
they
the
do
Sun?
their cover of "I'm a Believer"?
I'm a Believer is a good one.
You know who would be good is fucking Tiffany.
Tiffany.
I think we're
Think
alone
we're
now.
alone now.
I don't know.
What about Blondie? What if Blondie came out?
Too big. She's too big.
Too
Yeah,
big.
you're right. Too big.
Far too big.
Mm. Hey guys, if you are listening to this
What about
podcast
Tone Loc?
Don't look would be great. Funky
Who do you
comedy.
think?
on iTunes, give it a rate, subscribe,
Montel Jordan.
review.
Did we
Oh my
forget
God,
to
that'd
say
be
that?
Amazing.
Guys, if you are listening to this on iTunes, it's so easy to just go there and write a review for
Rate
us.
and
That's
review the
nice, right?
show.
And it
Yeah.
helps us out. a
I've been
lot,
reading
too.
the reviews. They're really, really sweet.
They're
but what
really
it,
nice.
What it does, the more comments that you have and the more 5 stars, the more popular it is. So they want to showcase it more. So when that happens, more people get to listen to it and find out about us. And we can only have that with your help. So we'd appreciate your help.
Indeed.
We appreciate it.
And if you're watching on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. Give the channel a subscribe. Share it with your friends. And there's
And-
SourceFed Nerd and there's other channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, people be like SourceFed.
You could
Nerd.
subscribe to Nuclear Family,
Nuclear
a channel that
Family.
we still can't tell you anything
Can't tell
Yeah,
you
about.
we're not
damn
allowed.
thing. But let me say this. If you're also watching this on YouTube, leave a comment in there and let us know who you think would play as the final act of the next Streamies.
Yes.
Because I'd like to see your guys'
Oh, Bewitched. Say lovey.
What if they did? What about New Kids on the Block?
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
Back
what about
to Bewitched.
O-Town?
O-Town?
O-Town. No, but Bewitched.
What about the
Say
Spice
lovey.
Girls?
Well, we
Too
had
big.
Mel
Too
B.
big? We had
Mel
Mel
B
B.
was there.
Mel B was there.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, she
about
was.
In Sync, guys? Too soon?
Too soon? I
Why
don't
is
know.
that too soon?
Justin Timberlake
Maybe-
would totally do the
Maybe all
Streamies.
the Pretty Little Liars will come
Oh, please.
and go on stage.
We
You
got one of
met.
them.
And I met Shay Mitchell.
Yeah,
who
you
plays
were
Emily,
like,
and it was the best moment of my whole night. And she took a picture, and she was so nice.
I've
and she,
never
and
seen
she
you
touched my
fangirl
dress.
before.
She touched my dress. She was like, "Can I touch your dress?" And I was like, "You can touch anything ever. And she was like, is it hot? Are you sweating? And I was like, I'm basically wearing a condom. So yes, but also keep touching me. She was
Yeah.
incredible.
She's pretty, huh?
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
I did
Tall.
not
I'm
recognize her.
smart
Mhm.
and
Sensitive.
fun and sweet.
I'm sensing a lady boner.
I'm
Oh,
sent-
big time. Any of the Pretty Little
Rock hard,
Liars.
baby, rock
I'm like,
hard.
yes.
Any
yes,
of them?
queen.
You'd go any of them.
You know what? I think she's great. She's like such a strong
Top.
character.
Top. Yeah.
And like, yeah, she's. Top. Spencer is my fave.
Yeah, but what
of the
about
life.
Parrish?
Troy and Belisario.
Troy and Belisario.
Shay Mitchell.
Shay Mitchell.
The one who plays Arya.
What about
Lucy
Chance?
Hale,
Is
and then the
Chance
other
pretty
one.
good?
Who's Chance?
Who's Chance? Wait, the dog from Homeward Bound?
Oh my God.
Michael
That's
J.
a reference.
Fox?
I'm just saying names that I would assume
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be in the show.
All right, keep going. I'll tell you if it's a name.
Okay, Haley.
No.
Okay, Caitlin.
No.
Caitlin.
No.
Okay, what about Aiden?
No.
Okay, Steph.
No. There's an
Okay.
Ezra.
What about Corey?
Oh my god, that
No
guy who plays
Corey.
Ezra is just delicious.
Is there
he
a
is
Chad?
so beautiful.
He's just
Let's be real.
stunning?
Is there a Chad?
Is
There is no
Chad?
Chad.
Is there a Chaz?
Why is there no Chad?
There's
There
a
has to be a
Hannah,
Chad.
Spencer, Aria, and
Aria,
Emily.
where were you with that one?
I know. That would
Ugh.
have been my fifth or sixth
Yeah.
guess.
There's a Mona.
Is there
There-
a
Okay, Mona is.
is there a New
that's not
York,
fair.
New York, or a Circus?
Yeah.
As long
I
as we're naming.
Is there a Treasure Island?
As long as we're
What
naming
about Luxor?
hotels in Vegas.
I have never been shy about the loathing of my own name, but I think that names like Mona make me happier that
Yeah.
I'm a Maud.
Because Mona
No,
sounds
Mona's
like
great.
Moaner.
I like Mona.
She's a Mona.
She's a Mona.
You know what I
That's
see when I
saying
see
that
when I
she
think of
moans real
Mona?
loud.
People wouldn't even say hi anymore. They'd be like, "Hey,
When I think of the name
How's
Mona,
it going?
I see
Oh.
like a cute goth girl with like bangs. And like she's
Mona.
very much into Bauhaus and like Skinny Puppy and stuff.
It's like 1992 Janine Garofalo, but
Yes.
available.
Yes. Janine Garofalo from Cable Guy who worked at the Medieval Times.
Sure.
That's a
That's
Mona?
Mona.
So, what do you think? And this is probably unfair because someone obviously may have this name. Worst name in the world. I knew a Gretchen. She was so lovely, very athletic. Gretchen.
I also
I
knew a
actually
Gretchen.
kind of like Gretchen.
Gretchen's
Just
not
because
bad.
I love the show You're the Worst, and the main character's
Oh,
name
is
is Gretchen.
she Gretchen on that?
And she's fantastic.
I think it's because it sounds like
The
wretched.
girl on
Yeah.
Recess, her name was Gretchen Grundler.
Yeah.
Balls.
That sounds like a position.
A Grundler?
Yeah, I did the Gretchen Grundler last night.
Yeah.
We'll
Well, we
talk
got
about it.
John Forsythe. He's the Grundler this
See,
day.
I don't know why you hate the name Maud. I think it's incredible.
love
it's
that
like
name.
such
Yeah.
a. I'm so jealous.
No, you love it till you have it.
I would say Newton is a far worse
Newton.
name. That was my
Newt.
granddad's name. I was nearly named that.
What about
Dorcas.
Bernice
Ooh, it sounds like a sauce.
or Gertrude?
Let me see. Who did I know? I knew Jeraine was
Jeraine?
was one of the girls I went to high school with. Jeraine and Kiva.
Kiva's okay.
Kiva's okay.
I knew a man, knew a man very well. Don't know him so well these days. We've grown apart, but his name was Clivens.
Yeah. Come on,
venereal.
no,
I swear,
that's not
Clivens.
real.
My
Clivens.
grandma and my aunt.
Clivens.
My grandma was Ulima May, and my aunt was Mayetta.
Mayetta.
Mayetta Smarples.
I want to say Clivens on a prayer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clivens on a prayer.
No.
I've got an aunt Doris, which I don't think so bad, but I've got a great aunt Dorcas.
Stop it.
Bullshit. Get out of
You do
here.
not.
Get
No.
out right
Dorcas
now.
is-
There's
Great
no
Aunt
way.
Dorcas Garrett.
Shut
That's
Not
Not a
bullshit.
Garrett, but there's definitely
Bullshit.
Dorcas is.
Shut the fuck up.
Prove it. I
That
do
is
not believe you.
Incredible.
There's no
Dude.
fucking way you know someone named Dorcas. There's no fucking
no
way.
way.
I
Okay,
am
so-
calling you out.
Maud.
Prove it.
To
Wait,
the
what-
test
so
of
what was
time.
Dorcas's last name?
Oh, I'm not.
Drungle. Dorcas Drungle.
Oh,
Great Aunt
D-O-R-C-A-S.
Isn't that a Harry Potter?
What is
Dorcas
one of your
is a name.
favorite-
Bullshit.
It's a name.
Dorcas was a disciple who lived in Joppa.
It's got to be
referenced
Dorcas
in the
or
Book of
something.
Acts in the New Testament.
I'm telling you.
It's got to be Dorcas.
Oh, here it is. Urban Dictionary. Dorcas, arguably the worst name in the English language.
There can't be someone
The
named
has
Dorcas.
to
the
be.
example sentence is, "Hey, have you seen Dorcas around today?"
This is. It sounds like the name of the kid from Boy Meets World that they Mingus. Remember Mingus?
Mingus.
Mingus meets Dorcas.
I swear to God, I'm gonna write a sitcom someday
No,
with
no,
a kid named
yeah.
Dorcas.
No. Write a romantic comedy called When Mingus Met Dorcas.
When Mingus
That's
met,
I would watch.
or I'll call the movie Dorcas Drangle.
That sounds like a poison. Like when you sip it, you die.
No, it sounds like a
Yeah.
fucking Harry Potter character. Oh,
No.
Dorcas Drangle.
See, it sounds like a nice French dish to me. Like this is a rib of Dorcas. Rib of Dorcas is in a nice Mingus sauce.
With a little dangle sauce on the potato.
Yes, and chanterelle.
Where are you from, chef?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go back into the kitchen.
Yeah, I was born on a plane that flew around the world for the first 3 years of my life.
So I am from
refueling.
like
I am-
14 places.
I am from everywhere. My accent reflects the sky.
My accent, they say, is kind of like everyone at once.
What's the best accent you could do? What accent could you
I
think
don't
you
know.
could get away with?
Because
Because actually, when I left high school, I wanted to adopt a new identity. So I was Mandy from Manchester.
that's terrifying.
But I realised that I wasn't doing a Manchester accent. I was just doing an English accent.
well, let's hear the
Yeah.
Manchester. What's the English accent?
That's the one I'm doing.
That's
Oh,
the
the one you're
English.
doing. Okay.
But then I met someone from Manchester. Well, I was being Mandy from Manchester, and so I was like, "Oh, you have to meet my mate Dave." And I was like, "Dave loves English people." I'm like, "I'm in." And Dave's like, "Yeah, what, mate?" And I was like, "Oh, shite."
Oh, Dave's from England.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I'm doing a
And
proper.
He's like,
British.
Whereabouts you from?" And I was like, "Manchester." And he's like, "What, like near so and so?" I was like, "A little west of that."
I did this.
Oh.
I
West,
just-
like the West Indies.
Wait, you talking about Sussex or?
No, further south actually than that. And he's
Oh,
like,
you mean Bristol?
no, keep going
Oh,
in.
you're talking about Baskerville?
Oh, closer, a small town. He goes, "You're
Oh,
not from England."
you
Call
talking
me
about
out hard.
Leeds?
A Manchester
Did you
accent
guys-
goes up a bit, I think. Like when you do Manchester, it's like this a little bit
Manchester?
more. Yeah, it's like that one. So it's
Ooh.
different
So
than what I was
when I
doing.
travel,
Irish thing.
Yeah, yeah.
when I travel with friends, what I like to do is I like to say, okay, guys, we are gonna have new accents. We're gonna have accents, and we're gonna have new identities.
What was yours?
So mine would always be like a British dude,
Go on.
but I wasn't very good at it.
I want to hear
What
it.
was his name?
His name.
No,
his,
I wanna
his-
meet him.
No, his name. What was his name? Harold.
Oh,
Harold.
Harold. Oh, you can call me Harry. That's fine.
Ar-
But,
so,
wizard
Ari.
Oh,
Harry.
you should call me. Well, no, our Harry would be not from London. I was from London. I was from Camden,
nice.
and I would go around. In fact, I would do it in Las Vegas. I would walk around.
That's where I did mine.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's.
I
great.
was Cleo the dolphin trainer. Because
That's
why
great.
not?
But I mean, it would change every time. We would do a different accent
Yeah.
every time. But,
Hmm.
yeah,
There was the
it's
Darcy
fun.
the firefighter. We were like whatever we wanted to be. We adopted these new identities, and like I don't know, I got really into just being someone else.
Yeah.
And then I thought I was a CIA agent, and then the rest is history. I don't want to talk about it. 'cause
Oh
I
yeah,
don't-
you told me that
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Weren't you like engaged to someone because you were like a CIA agent or something?
What? Wait, was this part of the cover story, or did you inadvertently get engaged?
No, I threw up in a pot plant, and then I made my way into the VVVIP section, and I stole someone's black Amex
Is the
card out of their pocket.
VVVIP section better than the VIP
Yeah, because the
section?
VVVIP is like the
thought it was my
sexy
mission.
VIP.
It's the
It's
very,
three
very,
Vs.
very important.
Yeah, when
people
you use
section.
3
The
letters.
high rollers.
So, because you know XXX.
Sure, that
So when
means
it's-
3 times the pornography.
Right, so VVVIP means it's 3 times
As
the VIP.
very
If
important.
you do that, there are technically 3 Vs. Wow, look.
VVVIP.
One.
VVVIP.
I'm
Oh, I see
holding
what
up.
you're
I'm
saying.
holding
Yeah.
up 4 fingers.
Four
4
fingers,
fingers, 3 Vs.
3
Hey, I'm into
Vs.
2 vages at once.
There's 3 there.
There's 3 there. Right.
I'm into 3 vages all the time.
Yeah. Did you, Bree? Did you ever pretend to be anybody else?
Oh God, yeah.
Really?
I did an English accent all the time. I think we all kind of did that, right?
That's
I
fine.
know.
That was
I've
a
never
thing.
pretended to be
I used
another
to pretend
person.
I was from the South too, because my family lives in Arkansas. and
Really?
So yeah, I would do that.
I
and
still
it's
find
so
it-
stupid.
I still find it fascinating that you're not sure where Esrig comes from. And when I.
It
like,
sounds German to me.
But like even her parents don't know. And they're very
Yeah.
like it's very strange.
They made. Apparently my grandfather changed his last name and made it up or something. I
Huh.
don't know. We don't know. I know that I asked, and I've been told my whole life different things, but I'm pretty sure I'm Russian and
Wow.
French.
Well, you got to do one of those like DNA test
yeah,
things,
you just
right?
swab it.
Yeah.
I know.
Set
They're
it and
so
forget it.
expensive.
Weren't we gonna do that? We were gonna try to do that for the SourceFed
For the
host and make a
whole-
content out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We totally should. And
Yeah.
they're expensive.
I have it written down in my notes that we should make us a video where like we all do like an ancestry thing and we all learn about our
Darren, can we do
ancestry.
that?
Darren is
yeah.
laying down on the
Darren
ground.
looks
The
like he
thing-
died.
Darren looks like a dog in 80-degree heat.
Are you alive? Are you okay?
The thing about those DNA tests, though, is that they only work best when you have your paternal side also take the test with you. So, I mean, we could do
Darren
that.
literally looks like a dead body. I'm gonna
Can we
tweet out.
taxidermy him
Yeah,
and
can
put
we
his shoulder
taxidermy
next to you?
Darren, I'm gonna tweet out this photo of you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I thought we'd play a little fun thing called Top Comments of the Week.
Hey!
So speaking of the dead man on the ground, he's compiled a bunch of comments throughout the SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd videos that we can all go through. So I thought we'd say one, discuss it, and pass it on. Ready?
For sure.
Let's
Let's
kick
do
things off with SourceFed. This one's from Blake Douglas. Hi, Blake. He says, I like Steve's nails today.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is the story behind the nails?
Well, I was hanging out with the breast rig over here, and we were talking about something fun to do for the Streamy party that was happening at the YouTube space. And she's like, why don't you just paint your nails? In fact, the other day I had just this hand painted and not this one because I was just playing around with it. It was the first time I'd ever
Had your nails painted.
had my nails painted. And I was just thinking, like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Like, why
I
not?
don't understand why dudes don't, because it's so much fun.
I
It's
did
great.
once for Color War at Sleepaway Camp.
There it is.
For those
There
of you
go.
drinking, there you go. You get your shot
Were
for
people
the afternoon.
waiting for you to mention Sleepaway
Well, no,
Camp?
I've
didn't
gotten
breathe that whole
so many,
episode.
so many people. I even just today got a tweet that was like, "Take a shot for every time Matt Lieberman mentions Sleepaway Camp. Drink again." And it's just sort of like like once or twice a video, like once or twice a day. That's like but I painted him blue because I was on the blue team.
And then you took it off immediately, right?
No, I mean
No?
I let him stay. I let him stay for a while because who cares? It was just camp.
Here's the thing. My father gets mani-pedis. And a lot of men that I know, actually,
Yeah.
Tony, my friend Jarrett, my friend Raul, they
Sure,
go
we've met all these
and
people.
they get like straight up gel manicures and
See-
pedicures, and they get like their nails painted, and it feels so good to get, like,
Denise does her
pampered.
own nail art and
Yeah.
gel nails, and she offered
I
to
do that
give
too,
me
yeah.
a mani-pedi, and I am really excited.
I've
Yeah,
never
you
gotten one
should.
You
before.
should.
It looks so relaxing,
Yeah.
and I want my nails to look beautiful.
Yeah,
And
I mean, there's so
fucking
many options.
put on a face mask.
Yeah.
All I can think of is like, this is such like a white privilege thing.
Oh, totally.
It's totally like white people
Listen,
be like.
white people be like, I would love to have beautiful
Mani-pedi.
nails and a face
Can I be
mask."
honest? I, as a Hispanic boy growing up in a disgusting part of Oxnard, I had never even heard of a mani-pedi. Like, I didn't even know what it was until I was like around girls in school, and then I learned about a mani-pedi. But now as an adult, I know very many male people that are my same age and counterparts and colleagues who are all who have all done it, or at least a lot of them have. And I'm not against it. It's just very much like it seems very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like
I don't know.
it's like too much. Like it's like
Excessive?
excessive. It seems
Yes.
excessive.
Okay.
What
So
if
he's-
it's what if it's free and it's from your girlfriend?
Well, if it's free and from your
Exactly.
girlfriend, then do it.
yes.
What if, I mean, just painting your nails for fun. If a dude goes and gets a nail
Yes.
polish at a store and paints his nails, like, you're cool. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could be missing out on all the cool
Have
nail
any of you
arts
guys
and stencils
ever
and
gotten a
shit.
couples massage?
Yes.
I have before.
It's
Love them.
I'm kind of
best.
not into it.
What?
Because I don't like people touching the hell out of me.
What about the Thai massage where they crawl on top of you and they basically dig their knee?
I don't
deep
need
inside
that.
you?
I don't
my
need the
God,
ones
had
where
that.
I
That was
hear-
the worst thing ever.
Oh, it was great.
I
used
was
to
way
stand up-
too baked for that, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is where I die."
No, I had a
Yeah, I don't
woman
wanna feel
climb
that.
me like a tree
Yeah.
and then ruin me. For
Yeah,
an
I'm
hour.
not into that.
And it was amazing.
Yeah,
It's
my
so bad.
I would
gonna ruin you for an hour.
I would lie my ex-boyfriend on the floor and walk on
Let's
his
see
back.
where this
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Walk on his back, and it
Yeah.
was just like kind of get all
Okay,
the.
so
I've
that's
gotten that
fine.
request before too.
I just don't want strangers all over my body. Like I will do
Just
a,
one.
just one.
Just
Well,
one.
just one stranger I know well.
Then
That's
they're not a stranger.
Well, you don't know what a stranger
What
is.
do they say? If a stranger is just
No,
a friend you haven't met
strangers.
yet.
A
Listen.
hand job when you've sat
That's how you
on
get
your hand
kidnapped.
till it's numb.
I
Yeah.
also don't want to be invested. I don't want any part of the massages where you end up puking afterwards. I've heard about those.
Oh,
where
that
they're
deep,
so
deep
tissue.
Yeah,
insane.
don't get deep tissue.
Ugh.
Get like Swedish or Thai massage. It's
Yeah.
nice.
So you've got green on your nails.
Yes.
If you go on a green screen, you can have hella fun.
Yeah.
I've done that a few times.
Oh,
where I've
my
been-
nails are gone.
No, it's just like disco flex, like whatever's on the back screen. Oh, so cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
There
you
you
can
go.
have floating space nails.
I like that.
What's the next top comment?
All right. Someone said, I like the new SFN look. Sleeker, more professional and stylized towards the nerd crowd. We'll miss the heart of the old SFN feel, though.
I
heard-
love those new graphics.
Me too.
I very much like them.
Shout out to
but
Star.
Shout out to Star. And by the
Star
way,
Lady.
I know that there was a lot of like controversy online for people that were like, I don't know how I feel about this new logo. It doesn't
If
look
you
good."
change anything, people, it's whoa, what? This is not what I'm used to, and people can get a little bit.
Listen,
but,
this
you
is
know,
what I
you'll ease
equate it
in.
to. Sometimes you want to you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, you know what? I'm going to shave off my beard today.
Don't you
Or I'm
dare.
going to comb my
Don't you
hair
dare.
this way. Or I'm going to gel it. Or I'm going to have bangs. Or I'm going to do something. You want to change your appearance every once in a while. And look, SourceFed Nerd's been around for what, 2 years now? So it's like, I don't know, a little bit of an aesthetic upgrade.
That's why I'm thinking about dyeing my hair brown.
Are you?
Dark brown?
Don't know yet. I've only been blonde or pink.
Ooh, pink.
I could go pink again. I
We
guess.
I think you could. I think you could do brown.
I've just never done.
It would have to be some sort of red or purple though. It has to be something bright.
I'm still freaked the fuck out by Raina walking around
Oh
the office.
God, with the blonde hair.
Dude, today I
She
went to
looks
go to get a bagel,
fabulous.
And
and I
you're
was
like,
like,
Lee?
Lee Newton is back in the office.
yeah,
It's
because
like
she's like the same,
same height.
It freaks
It was
me out
it
too.
freaked me the fuck out. I was like,
Yeah.
what is my Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's,
Oh.
Yeah, she's blonde. Looks cool.
It looks
Yeah.
nice, but
It's a
it's just
dramatic
it's a
change.
very dramatic change.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks great though.
So I used to have
Yeah.
white blonde hair,
Mm-hmm.
but I just one color.
I like how Sam's hair changes a lot too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very interesting to me.
Yeah.
I like it.
I feel like not necessarily our generation, but the half generation just beneath us does a lot with hair that
Yeah.
we don't.
They're
Yeah.
very more courageous.
Turquoise.
Lots of hair colors.
Yeah.
Head shave.
Yeah.
Women who
Ball.
shave the sides of their head. I envy you.
I
You-
like it.
I want it.
I
like
love
it.
it.
I want it.
Yeah.
I need
like
all the
it.
hair I
Got
can
it.
get on my head. I've been trying to, it's
I
just,
mean,
I mean, I'm
Stack.
a blonde, so.
Stack and stack.
thin.
Sucky stack I also.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Suck
I
ass.
feel your
Very
pain,
mean.
girl. I feel your pain.
Ugh.
I'm gonna do another comment.
Oh, do it.
Gallifrey Injustice writes, "Sex R9 bots can be really good for people who are asexual."
Wait, 9 bots?
It's supposed to be sex robots, but he wrote sex R9 bots. Sex R9 bots are really
What the
good
fuck?
for people who are asexual.
Sex or R9 bots?
Sex R9 bots.
I need to wear glasses.
Okay, so they're referring to the video we did on SourceFed where we talked about how there's this woman at a university who is a doctor who is trying to, in fact, she's like an ethical robots person who's for the ethics of robots.
Which is fantastic.
It's
because
amazing.
as AI becomes more and more advanced,
You're
that's
gonna
something we
need
have
it.
to pay attention
You're
to.
gonna need it, something to look
They're
at.
going to be real beings.
Yes, someone is going to create artificial intelligence, and we just don't know who yet. But creating an ethical.
we shouldn't create artificial intelligence.
Well,
We
let's not
should
talk
not.
about. Look, that's
should
something
not.
we
we
could
can't
talk
let them
about,
think
but-
for themselves.
But what I was gonna
You
say.
need to program them to be like C-3PO and R2. I mean, they have some sort of, I
Sure.
know what I should be doing, but I have some, I will only obey an order instead of I will.
They're not
but
thinking about
here's-
the big picture questions.
So, but here was what that comment was referring to. In the video, we were talking about how this woman and a committee of people believe that sex robots should not be created at all. And they believe that the technology, the sex toy companies should be focusing their technological advancements elsewhere. And
what?
well, I know,
Vibrators?
right? It's like
Yeah.
vibrator technology has advanced light years.
Are you
Yes.
saying that we have hit a vibrator plateau?
Well,
there is nowhere else to go with the
potentially,
vibrator.
potentially, yes. But I'm not against sex robots. I
How
think
is-
it could be very healthy.
I'm
it
not
like a-
against them, but I am scared that they're going to rip our insides open
Mm.
with their metal penises.
Well, that's
and
why
vaginas.
My
they'll
bad.
use homeless people to test them out until they
Oh.
get it perfect.
Yeah, get rid of the trash of America.
There is plenty of proof that they will not rip your insides out. There is a wonderful website called fuckingmachines.com.
Ooh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. There's
Hold
plenty
on.
of evidence
Are
that it's
these-
okay.
How is it okay to have the sex doll think Lars and the real girl? but it's not okay to have a sex robot. Wouldn't it just be like a girl that you just press up down on?
Well, the difference is a sex robot
Does stuff.
would be so technologically advanced, it would be as if you had a living person in your home you could have sex with.
A
That sounds
living
abusive.
sex slave.
A living sex
yeah,
slave.
that sounds abusive to
well,
me.
look,
Yeah.
it does, but let's consider
They can't say no.
No, that's
right,
what's fucked
but,
up
but
about it.
also they're not human, and they don't have what humans have,
So
which
But
is
is it going to cause people to treat humans that way?
Well,
don't
just
know.
Desensitizing.
I don't know.
addressing, though, the Gallifreyan Justice's comment about sex robots can be really good for people who are asexual.
I thought
It's-
asexual people don't want sex.
Yeah.
It
It's,
doesn't interest them. They don't really have sexual desires.
yeah, it's not, or they're not really interested in men or women or anyone in between. So I feel like having something like a fleshlight or a dildo would serve them a lot better than a robot that looks like a real person that they would not be attracted to.
But what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is that I don't think you're going to stop the advancement of sexual technology. The advancement, first of all, sex sells, and it will always sell forever. There's no argument there. So with that said, where do you go?
Okay, yeah. So an asexual person,
not attracted to anyone.
they don't want to have sex. They don't
So-
want the pleasure. They don't have any. Literally, it says without sexual feelings or associations.
So then they wouldn't be using
So they
sex
wouldn't
or
even-
not
they
bots.
wouldn't
But
even
but the
want-
argument, even though this is a slightly incorrect one, the argument was that it could help for rehabilitation for people who have
Okay.
had bad sexual experiences, or perhaps people who are
have a sex addiction,
or
and
maybe
they
a
don't
sex,
wanna
a
hurt
sex
people.
addiction,
Yeah.
or maybe someone who's confused doesn't know who they're attracted to kind of help them come out of their shell a little
Hold on,
bit.
Who's this scientist to say no?
Well, exactly, but there are some really great arguments on both sides. But I think the bottom line is that
Mhm.
we're not going to stop it. We're
So-
not going to stop that advancement. It's going to happen. So, in fact, it's already happening. There's someone is releasing the first sex robot. It's coming out really soon, and that's just the beginning, I think. So I don't think you're going to stop it.
No.
Ethics, the
The
ethics,
sex bots are coming.
sex bots are coming,
Yeah.
Pun
and so
intended.
are you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let me read a comment for fuck's sake.
Read
one
a
is about
dang
you.
comment.
I want
Which
you to
one?
actually read that out from Laganal.
Okay, Larganol. Did Steve really just pronounce Leicester as Leicester? What is it? What is it?
Leicester?
No, it's not Leicester.
Isn't that
What is
Leicester?
it?
I have a sister named Leicester.
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. What,
Leicester?
It's,
Leicester.
Leicester?
who's saying?
Lester.
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 Well, in my
Oh yeah, because Gloucester is pronounced Gloucester and it's spelled Gloucester.
the way we spell Lester in the superior part of the world is
Les-
Lester.
Let's not get political
Just kidding.
on
I'm
this
just
show.
kidding. I'm sorry. I'm
Because
sorry.
you
I'm
need-
sorry. I mispronounced.
You need
Lester.
less. You need less to get it
Down
right.
with the proletariat.
I'm sorry. All right, but down with the proletariat. Let's see. Let me find a fun one here, huh?
I'd like you to find a fun one.
Yeah, why don't you just dig us up some fun?
Joe Kerr says, keeping on the subject, when I'm done with my
what
sex
if his
robot.
name was Wayne? Wayne
What?
Kerr. Wayne Kerr?
Oh, okay, got it.
Come on, guys.
Got
Wayne
just.
Kerr.
Oh wait, hold on. I get it. Okay, Joe
Oh,
Kerr.
wait. Okay, yeah, I get
You
it.
get it?
Glad we're all
I
on
think
board.
it's even better than what you think it is, though. Joe Kerr.
Joker.
Yeah.
Not a
There you
wanker,
go.
just a joker.
When I'm done with my sex robot, do I just toss it in the dishwasher?
That's a one big
No, you
dishwasher.
toss it in the shower.
Yeah, and have a shower with it.
Yeah.
People are really kind of all about these sex bots.
Treat
huh?
your sex bot right.
Listen,
take
it in
her
the
to
shower.
Tiffany.
I've talked about this before too, but there is
Fire
such
necklace.
controversy around just sex toys in general. And I remember we got into this a really long time ago about how female sex toys are no longer as taboo as they once were. Like you
Sure.
find a vibrator in a girl's purse, you're not going to go like, I'm never
Sure.
hanging out with you again. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
And sometimes people find
That's
it kind
a
of
little
hot.
unhygienic to carry one in your
Well,
purse.
whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. If you found
No,
it in
you
their
got a
drawer, if
handy
you found it in the
wipe
purse.
with you, just wipe it
Yeah,
down.
Yeah, of course. Keep some handy wipes
I
around.
mean, what do you do in traffic? I know what I do.
But I've always, and this is something I've said before, if you were to find a fleshlight in a man's backpack or something, you would be disgusted and find that very gross
See,
and wrong. And
I don't think that's true anymore. I think. at
well, Nod made a
first-
face.
I think. I mean, I know of the story of the girl that brings the vibrator into the, in her suitcase.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
a Mother
starts-
Goose story.
and it's vibrating.
Yeah.
Of course, I know that story. Every child does.
Yeah, that Aesop's fable about the vibrator.
the
I
vibrator.
just
and the,
wonder, like, if it's a day trip or if it's like something where you're like just in case I've got to have my fleshlight handy.
Yeah.
Just in case it's like this meeting goes for more than an hour.
I mean, I feel like, the present company excluded, there is like this kind of like ew about like a guy having sex with like a fake vagina. But like there has been these fake phallus for women that have always been kind of like.
Can I posit a theory about why it's gross?
Let's do it, yeah.
Okay. I think for some reason, the reason why it's a little more gross to me than a dildo or a vibrator is most dildos or vibrators that I've ever seen
And used.
aren't flesh colored. There's like pinks and greens and blues.
That's true.
And,
There are a lot
and
of flesh
sparkly
colored
and
ones, though.
chrome and like all kinds of different colors. Glass
Vibrators aren't super realistic.
No.
Dildos, on the other hand, could
be
Yeah,
realistic, and there are
Yeah.
plenty that are flesh colored, but not the majority that I've seen
Yeah.
or whatever. So fleshlights only come
That's not
in
true.
flesh colors.
That's not true.
I've never seen one in a blue.
In fact, I've seen there are many colors and there are many different types too. In fact, there are even alien fleshlights that have like an alien looking opening for God knows what. But there's also
What would
like
you find
Someone's
more
got a
weird?
Sarlacc fetish.
What would you find more weird? Opening someone's backpack and seeing a vagina fleshlight, or opening someone's backpack and seeing a Sarlacc pit fleshlight?
I mean, for me, I'd be like, great job, dude. You're getting your rocks off with some weird toy thing. Do it.
Yeah,
Do it,
I
bro.
don't care. I don't
think
I
I'd
don't
be like,
it's
what does it
disgusting.
feel
I'd be
I
like, your
think-
penis is slowly getting digested over 1,000 years.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
the gross-
Is
here's-
Boba Fett in there?
Here's what's gross
Boba
about
Fett.
the fleshlight. I just worry that certain people, present company excluded,
Sure.
don't wash
Shower.
it properly, and that's why
There's
it's
frog
a
in
little gross.
Like the vibrator for a woman, it's kind of like a guy.
It's
You're
all on the
shooting your load
exterior.
into a
Exactly.
plastic
Well,
deposit.
unfortunately for men, there is the issue of ejaculation,
Sure.
and no matter what, there's gonna be a mess.
You gotta
somewhere.
take care of it.
So yeah, you gotta take care of it. Sure, there are.
and it's not gross.
But I mean,
Sure.
same
Somebody
could be
think
said
of the
about
children?
vibrators.
Yeah.
Is it a clean vibrator? And
Yeah.
when was the last time you cleaned it or whatever? But you're right, there is some more like grossness involved with a male
Yeah.
sex toy. But again, dudes fucking they come, man. They shoot a load, and that's just gonna happen every time.
sure.
Well,
But,
not every time.
Well, not every time, but I
That's
mean,
the
I just
goal.
feel like in general, if you were to do like a poll, let's say, out in the world, you would probably get people being more disgusted by a green, like not vagina looking fleshlight over a green phallic looking vibrator. I think.
Sure.
You know what? It's
And we need to
just-
rid the world of that.
It's just, mate, yeah. Don't be disgusted at someone else's behavior. Only be like the disgusting thing. If someone has their thing, good on them.
Yeah.
If they're trying something on you and you're not liking it, then you can voice your concerns. But hey, don't shit on someone else's.
Well, yeah,
fun.
and if you
Yeah.
don't like it, then you can just turn around and go the
You
other way.
shouldn't be looking in people's backpacks without permission in the first
That's
place.
true.
Thank
Great point.
Yeah. So
But what if they said, get
TSA, stay out of our
My
backpack.
backpack.
Yeah,
Facts.
exactly.
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to say. I get
No.
it.
Because that could be a dick stick.
There is a stigma around male sex toys.
There is.
But I
'Cause we
think
fuck 'em.
Because you fuck them.
But
Yeah,
you know
you
what?
get fucked
there
by
definitely shouldn't be. There
a
shouldn't be a
lady sex
stigma
toy.
of any sex toy
No.
of masturbation. I
Right.
think is totally healthy and normal and natural. And I think everybody should get to know their bodies in whatever way. The difference between a fleshlight and say something like the twerking butt or like a sex bot is that is it stigmatizing or is it desensitizing you to real women? That's the argument.
I
Well, I
would-
think porn's
there.
doing
You know
that.
what I
Porn
mean?
does that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like speaking as somebody who like has pretty much had constant porn in front of
Yeah.
him since he was 13.
Same.
It warps 100% your view of people that you're attracted
does,
to.
but there's
wait,
but-
real quick.
Sure.
And as a woman watching the same porn that men watch
Yeah.
a lot of the time, I definitely grew up with a sense of I need to be subservient in the bedroom,
I have
and
expectations
I
on
need
me.
to please another person, and that's sort of what porn taught me growing up.
Right,
But
but
then
now,
as you
yeah.
experience sex when you're older, you realize, okay,
That's a give
I
and
can
take.
take. It's a give and take,
a
and I can
dialogue.
take control, and I can ask for what I want.
Mhm.
And there's definitely porn. When you search for porn now, there's something
Oh,
for everybody.
everything.
And
Everything.
I love that about porn. Like there is a type of
There's
porn
a dark
where
side to that
the
as well, though.
woman is in full control. Like it's just very like
Yeah, there's
female
everything
friendly.
now.
Yeah, there's everything.
What we had access to when we were younger, though, in the younger days of the internet, where it was very specific stuff that was subservient to like male, female.
it still is.
ridiculousness.
It's still a lot
But
of it
y-
still
well,
is.
yeah, I think it's kind of like a tilting scale sometimes. But now, because there's such a wide variety of porn available for everybody and sex toys and whatnot, I feel like there's a nice grab bag.
A real
there's still a-
fiesta.
Is a real cornucopia.
There's a
Yeah.
danger zone as well, though. Which
Is there a
going-
highway there?
Highway to the
Sex danger zone.
You got to fuck your way there, though.
Ooh, I'm there. Then.
But this can desensitize people. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Sure.
extremes and, abusive kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then people go, this isn't enough for me. I need to do this in real life.
Right, but
real
it's
life,
but then you're starting to get into kind of like a bigger philosophical argument, which is like it's not just porn that does that. It could be like movies
Movies,
or
video
TV or video
games.
games or blah blah blah. And it's also about who's watching it, because if you're susceptible to influence, and if you kind of have an addictive personality or some other like insane amount of mental issues or psychological disorders or disorders or what have you, then it could be different. It
Here's
could
the thing,
could be
though.
a different situation. But
say-
for most
But
people,
you're susceptible because you're wearing everything head to toe from movies.
yeah, it's just something I like.
Yeah, you're wearing that cardigan from Cardigan the movie.
This is from Cardigan the movie. It is, and there is
I
that.
got that on Blu-ray.
But I mean, that's just kind of like a
The
personal
transfer is just-
taste, and it's
Yeah.
like something
Peter
that
O'Toole
it's
is
something that I like,
so
and it's
good.
something aesthetically I like
Yeah.
to show. But it's not like hurting anybody. It's not like
no, but
but-
you know the difference between right and wrong.
right, and
A lot of people don't.
Right, and that's the thing. That's where it starts to get dangerous. It starts to get
Okay.
dangerous with the individual who can't handle perhaps seeing someone being subservient in a pornography film and thinking that's how I should treat men or that's how I should treat women.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's not necessarily the sex toys or the sex. It's just kind of like if someone's just susceptible to imagery, it doesn't matter what you put in front of them.
I think a larger issue though is you're disconnecting the act of sex from anything that comes before it or after it, from getting to know the person, from having a relationship, and sex being a dialogue. It's just imagery being
Yeah, but
presented.
that's why
for you.
there's
Right, you're right.
And it's
25
artificial.
to 30 minutes before the actual sex of some real compelling dialogue between a man and a woman.
See, I've always found
about-
it. I've always needed to see the moment where she decides to have sex or
Yeah.
he decides
Sometimes
to have
it's
sex.
very
so I have
natural.
the context.
Yeah, sometimes it's
Yeah.
very
I'm not even
natural.
kidding.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
very terrifying. Sometimes it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense at all.
None.
But-
But like the more often you see it and it doesn't make sense, the more often you think that there should be just a girl should want to have sex with you for no reason.
Right.
For no reason
Right.
other than she just
But
thinks
you
you're
should
attractive.
also know as a human being, and this isn't something you'll always assume or know, but you should also know that you're watching pornography.
You're watching a product.
You're watching something that was made specifically for you to get your rocks
Yeah.
off.
In the same
That's
way,
not life.
Yeah.
That is something that is made to turn you on and get you off.
It's the same as like an action movie. If you shoot at a car's gas tank, the car is not
Not gonna
going to
explode.
explode. But we think that that's what's going to happen because that's what we see in every movie. It's the same thing with pornography. It's a product.
Right, but then you have like children and in the developmental ages watching that and not understanding the association between reality and pornography or
Which is
reality and
why
movies, and that's where the
parents
problem is.
watch pornography with your kids.
But it's
Yeah,
Explain
yes.
to them
exactly.
what's
Explain to
ri-
them what
what's
they're
real
looking at.
and what's not.
Honey,
Yes.
DP is when two men
Love a woman,
woman
very
together.
much.
I had to. It took me a second.
and
Watch it back.
DVDA is double
yeah.
vaginal,
double anal. Right.
Please think of the children.
The Houston 500 was an event that was held in the early 2000s where 500
500
men
men.
had sex with a woman
Tyler
named Houston.
Solomon. Tyler Solomon says, "Did Maud go an entire episode without Star Wars? One sec, gotta go check, make sure the sky isn't falling." Hey Tyler, I was wearing a Star Wars shirt. Psych.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. And the last one is about Will.
You know what's interesting to me, Maud?
What?
When you say wars, you got the R,
Wars.
but when you say star,
Star.
there's no R.
Wars.
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 You're saying wars.
Wars.
Use that R in star.
Star Wars.
Isn't that
There
weird?
There you go.
That's
How about
creepy.
now that I'm in America, I should speak American. Isn't
But-
that what
but, like,
happens?
isn't it-
that
isn't
what
it weird,
people
though?
that
Donald
want to
Trump
rule
likes
your
you
country?
No,
more
girl,
now.
you do you.
Isn't that what's happening now? I have to speak
No,
American
I
now
want you
that
to
I'm
be-
in this.
no,
Donald
we-
Trump
the-
likes you a lot
Maud,
more now.
listen, hold
my
as,
hand
As
really
does
Maud,
what's her name?
give me your
Michelle
hand, please.
Bachmann.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve, let's do this.
The only reason why we like you is because of your accent, so please keep it.
Thanks, guys. That's been the SourceFed podcast for this week.
No, well, we love you, baby.
Make sure you do click the likes and subscribes if you're on iTunes. G'day, g'day. There you go. You like that?
There it is,
That's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Oi!
Wait, dingo ate my baby. That's not on.
No, don't do that. See, now you're just getting the stereotypes out there. You're
That's-
gonna make people think that's what
I know.
Australians are like.
We don't even say.
So,
throw it
guys,
over.
watch
Shrimp on the
Australian
Barbie.
movies with your kids. Explain to them what's real and what's
Oh,
not.
Crocodile
Watch
Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee with your
I
family.
only saw that like a few weeks ago. It's bad.
Yeah, it's real bad.
It's a bad movie.
I felt
it is
Paul
not
Hogan.
a good film.
Bad.
That's you call that a knife?
That was misogynistic,
This is
and
a
it was
knife.
a lot of racism.
Paul Hogan is not a national treasure.
Oh,
No, but
Speaking of
hurt.
which, National Treasure is a wonderful.
It's
film.
National
so
Treasure
good.
is a national treasure.
It's a
Nick Cage.
national-
By the way,
Yeah.
while I
He
was
is
in
a national
DC,
treasure.
so many National Treasure references from so many people. It's very appropriate, very topical.
Right on the back of the Declaration of Independence.
We'll be
Nick
back
Cage is
next
asleep.
week. Different hosts every single show. It's like a little Russian roulette. You never know who you're going to get, but you can be sure that we will be back, guys.
God, I don't know about Russian roulette.
Boom, boom,
Like it's
boom,
more
boom.
of like a how about like a grab bag?
Lucky dip.
I like Russian roulette. Let's keep it.
Let's
You never
keep
know
it.
when you might die from one of the
Yes.
hosts.
Yes, exactly.
You never
Okay.
know when one of the hosts might die.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Hey.
At Briesrig.
Briesrig.
At Steve Zaragoza.
Matt Lieberman.
And Maud Garrett. Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
That could talk. I would purposefully start to say very racist things. That way they would get rid of me, and I could. There's more hope of me getting away.
Oh,
if
honey,
I'm a racist
honey, I
bird.
just got a
I don't think the bird's so fucking funny. Yeah, like if I'm like you gasp. Like when we saw that The Village,
Oh, when
brought
you
to you by
yawn? Oh,
Universal.
when you're yawning?
Yeah.
A yawn is just a ghost
When
trying
there's like
to
50
skull.
ghost dudes.